Well, hi everybody, it's Dr. Drake 63 here today, and what I want to talk about is what I consider to be one of the most common mistakes people make in terms of concealed carry firearms. And it's a mistake that I make myself, and I'm going to talk about myself making the mistake here. I'm not pointing at fingers at other people, but just based on things that I see and know, I think it's pretty common. And that mistake is not shooting your concealed carry firearm enough. I'll give you a case in point, okay? Let's start with my favorite pistol these days, period. And that is the CZ SP-01, okay? It's basically a CZ75. It's got the addition of a rail so you can put a light on there. It's got really nice upgraded true dot sights, and it's a decocker, which is totally important to me. So this is the CZ SP-01 Tactical, and I've talked about this recently. I picked it up, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago, but I love shooting this firearm, and I've had other CZs in the past. I've got a CZ75B decocker version. This is basically the same thing, just for whatever reason it shoots a little bit better. I love shooting this, but you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to shove this in the waistband. I don't want to carry this in the waistband due to its dimensions and its weight, okay? My preferred firearm to shoot in the waistband is this guy right here, the Glock 19 Generation 5. And if you go back and start seeing, oh, maybe about a couple years ago, I talk about this particular firearm as my favorite concealed carry piece. It still is for a lot of reasons. It gets carried in my waistband more than any other firearm for sure. Whereas the CZ is something that I view as more of a a sidearm in those cases where you would go that way, a nightstand gun, something like that. This is my preferred carry, but those of you who watch my channel know earlier this year I picked up this, the Glock 43X, and this is a nifty little firearm. It comes nice little package, and it shoots fairly well for a firearm this size. I had the CZ43 in the past and found the lack of grip size to be my biggest issue, and they did a real good job of fixing that issue for guys like me. Here's the problem though. It's not necessarily my most fun gun to shoot. I don't think, hey, I'm gonna go to the range and shoot this Glock 43X. It's usually the last thing on my mind. And because of that, I'm not as comfortable shooting that firearm as I am certainly this Glock 19, which I can, for whatever reason, I can go months without shooting this thing. I try not to, but there's been times where I go that long and pick up where I left off. It's just a comfortable platform for me. As I'll demonstrate in the shooting videos in a minute, I can pick this guy up right here, and first shots all the way on, it fits my hand like a glove. It's nice sighting system. Recoil is not like 9mm has much recoil, but it's non-existent with this, and I can just shoot it all day. The problem is though, if I want to carry this, and the times where I would carry this would be for whatever reason, for comfort more than anything else. If I'm going to carry this, I need to be proficient with it. And the biggest mistake, like I said, people make is they'll carry a firearm. It might not be one that they shoot all that well. Whether I like to shoot it or not, if I'm gonna carry it, I should shoot it. Let's take a look at some shooting videos. So we're starting out with this Glock 43X at 10 yards, which is my typical training distance. And I can just tell you, having given myself a pretty steady diet of 357 Magnum, 6-inch barrels, full-size 1911s, the CZ that I've been shooting a lot lately, going to something this light and smaller definitely is a change of pace. And if I'm going to carry this thing concealed, I want to be a lot more comfortable with it than I am shooting it as I am here today. Now, I'm not missing paper or anything like that, but I just don't feel like I'm being as proficient with this as I should be. Now we're bringing in this target and going to take a look at the bottom two, which is what I was using with this particular firearm. And you know, hey, we're 30 feet away from a target. That's a good practice distance for self-defense. Not terrible, just not great. You see where I'm really low on that right target. That's when I was doing more rapid fire at the end. Actually, a pretty good group for shooting that fast, but we're going to go up top with these two and shoot them with the CZ now. And right off the bat, just going to notice that it's a lot more comfortable platform for me to shoot for a number of reasons. But mostly it's a heavier gun. It's a fuller size gun. It's got a longer sight radius. It's got better sight. And I prefer the single action, double action type of trigger to striker fire. So I guess there's a lot of reasons why I might shoot this one better. But like I said, it's just something that's not real easy to carry concealed, so I don't. We're going to come in and look at that target now, and again at 10 yards. And, you know, we're obviously grouping them a lot closer together. Here on this one, everything's in the green. And comparing that again to the shots we were taking with that Glock, not terrible by any stretch. It gets the job done, but I just like the CZ better for a lot of reasons. And another thing I really like to do is use small targets. Go for like 2.5, 3 inch, like these Birchwood Casey stick-ons. Aim small, shoot small. I think it's good practice. And we're shooting out here. This is at 25 yards, and I think we can do better with practice. But whatever you like to shoot away. All shooting and trigger discipline and techniques make you better regardless of your firearm. But I definitely believe that whatever you do, you want to shoot the firearm you carry at least as much as anything else. So the point is, concealed carry is serious business, guys. It's, in my opinion, it's a serious responsibility. And you need to know what you're doing, because if you ever do need to draw your firearm in a concealed carry situation, you want to hit the person that is your intended target, not somebody that's innocent. And you also want to hit the person that's your intended target because you're trying to save your life or someone else's. So it's a discipline. It's not always fun, but you need to be disciplined, in my opinion, to be a concealed carry type of person. And the one thing that I'll just go ahead and add to that when it comes to concealed carry is it is a responsibility. Guys that think, hey, I got a gun, I'm going to carry it, and that's the extent of my responsibility. No, it's not. You need to know the laws of the state that you're in. You need to understand situational awareness. You need to think about what you're doing. And you need to be proficient with your firearm. You need to have those three things going for you. Otherwise, you should not conceal carry. That's my opinion. Anyway, this is Dr. Drake 63. I want to thank you for watching this, and carry on, guys.